How'd you feel getting back in the mix, obviously, last week? And, you had a big role, particularly as a receiver in some of those drives, thinking about the 3rd and 13. Can you just talk about that?
Just knowing the down the distance and the awareness that we have as a whole. In the huddle, me telling Brady how many yards I have to get the first down because we knew we was going to play. They was going to play cover 2, push everybody back to stop the wide receivers from getting to the sticks. And it worked out fine. That's something we were working on during practice. And just my role, I'm happy with it. You know what I mean? It's doing anything that I can do to help the team right now. And I like where we at. And I think we're in a good space as a whole.
Do you have a sense? I mean, you played on a championship team, or one that was in the playing to go to the Super Bowl. Do you know when your team is at that elite level? I mean, do you feel that with this club because of the way you're playing as much as the names on the jerseys?
Yeah, I think my honest truth, I think we could be better than we are. I think that's more to do, more work ahead of us to do as a unit to get better. And I think the sky's the limit for this team.
Thanks.
Next question will come from Greg Allman.
Hey, Leonard, you caught a ton of passes last year in Jacksonville. I think you got like 76 balls. How much was it a focus for you, especially since you've gotten here, knowing how much Tom likes to throw to his backs, to want to make that even better and want to make that a strength for you?
Like I say, since college, I came from a running school where I didn't catch a lot of balls, and a lot of people kind of didn't know if I know how to catch or not. Which I think I've always had natural hands, and I think last year was just an eye opener for a lot of guys. A lot of people that can't catch the ball. And just me, just coming in, knowing I could be another threat to help Tommy's game with Mike, Chris, and now we have AB with Gronk, guys like that. So this adding another dimension to our offense.
How important is it to be decisive when you get the ball? You got that dump off on 3rd and 13 last week, and it ended up being a really big conversion to kind of start things going for you guys.
You got to know the down distance. Just know for a fact if it's 3rd down, you got to know what's the yardage, how many guys you got to make miss. Don't come short, because it'd be crazy if it was 3rd and whatever, and I come 1 yard short, and Coach B probably be all on my my back. So I ain't trying to hit that.
Thanks, Leonard. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Next will be Jenna Lane. Please make sure to raise your hand if you have a question.
Hi, Leonard. I wanted to go back to something you posted on social media several days ago. You had posted, "The young, immature me would have been upset, but now I understand Coach. He cares for his players first. Glad to be a part of this team, learning a lot and seeing things differently since I have been playing." I'm just wondering, is that more a reflection on you growing as a person and maturing, or is that more of a reflection on you being in a different environment, or both?
I think it's both, because you're kind of anxious to get out there. You still want to play. I remember I played plenty of games with a hurt ankle, and it's just I think Coach earned a lot of respect from me when he made that decision when I was out there warming up. And I just think overall, by me just sitting back and my injury, just sitting back and learning to support guys like Rojo and Shady, and some dimension inside you want to play. And you're upset about it, but like I say, guys like Shady, Shady kept me up foot. Coach Dad, just talking to him every day about just learn from this. God doesn't make any mistakes, so is my mother and my father too. So I'm just been sitting back, man, just gaining a lot from this injury, and just realizing the potential that we have in our backfield. Like Ro, like Shady, like Vaughn. So. It was a challenge too, because sometimes you might get down or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, we all we got.
Coach had said, because I had asked him about that too, that he was looking out for your best interest. Have you had that before? What was that conversation like when he said, we're going to sit you for another week? Did you take it hard at first? How did that all go?
The conversation, it was funny. When I was outside warming up for the Packers game, whatever the case may be, and Coach came out there. Coach like, "Oh, you at 100%?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm at like 80." He's like, "I'm gonna sit your ass down." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, we're gonna need you for the long run," which is understandable because I never had a coach come to me and say that. That's what I'm saying. It was kind of new to me, and it shows his charisma, his character for his players, how he cares for them. So that went a long way for me because he was the first coach to ever tell me that.
Thank you so much, Leonard.
No problem.
Anybody else have any questions?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead, Jenna.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know if my mic was still on. Devin White, you obviously have such a wonderful relationship with him. And I remember him saying after the Jacksonville game last year that he said to you, I'm not a freshman at LSU anymore. You know, now that you've been on the same team with him for a little bit of time, what has it been like seeing him grow into a player that, you know, some people are saying he's having like an MVP, defensive MVP caliber season?
Yeah, I think it's expected from him. You know, from when he was a freshman, him coming to LSU, I've always seen the potential in him. You know, he's always been hardworking, humble, great guy. He's a bit off. He's country, so he loves horses and things like that. So, which is, you know, I don't mind that. But I think coming in, just seeing him every day, how he's come out prepared, how he practiced, how he gets ready for games, is wonderful. You know, it reminds me of how he was a young guy at LSU. Now he's more of the guy now. You know what I mean? So he's leading the right way. You know, I don't expect nothing less from that guy.
Is your ankle feeling 100% now?
Yeah, it is.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
All right, sweet. I think that's all for the day. Appreciate the
All
time.
right, thank
Leonard.
you.